According to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, there's currently 1,300 children in foster care in Idaho. Each year, approximately 200,000 youth age out of the system and are at a higher risk for homelessness, incarceration, and human trafficking. 6 on Your Side's Jessica Taylor shows us what foster care was like for one Idahoan and how she's hoping to change parts of the system from college.
That's right. Cassidy Littleton didn't have family to help her apply for college, but that didn't stop her from getting there. Now at NNU, she's raising awareness on the realities of aging out of foster care, and her school is making it a little easier for other kids aging out of the system to further their education just like she's doing. Cassidy Littleton is a junior at NNU, studying public relations and political science. Her journey to NNU wasn't a linear path or one backed by her family.
I grew up in a pretty chaotic household. There was a lot of movement for me, and there was a lot of abuse that I experienced. And part of that was me going through the foster care system twice.
Cassidy's first experience with foster care came at age 11 when she lived in 3 different homes. At age 14, she was back in the system. Cassidy's older half-brother also spent time in the foster care system and wound up in juvenile detention several times.
I didn't understand why he was that way until I was older, and the truth is that he was like that because he was so abused.
He eventually became a ward of the state until he aged out.
And I was in foster care at the time. He was really struggling financially, had just barely gotten his GED, and had no prospect for the future, didn't know how to get a job. He had none of the necessary life skills, so the future for him was very hopeless, and he ended up taking his own life.
His passing motivated Cassidy to take action to help other kids who age out better access resources.
To me, the more research you do, you realize that there is not a lack of resources or support available. The issue is that we are not getting teens to those resources in time to help.
The Title IV fund is the more than $4.4 billion fund for foster care and adoptive services across the country. Cassidy's hoping more legislation can be passed that would require check-ins from social workers after kids age out.
Maybe from the age of 17 to 21, that's required to check on that child and provide them with resources and college help, or maybe help them get a job. I think we would see a lot more success rates for teens who come out of the system.
Working alongside her for more relief, her university. The trustees' spouses started a scholarship called Fostering Hope for kids who've aged out of the system between the ages 18 to 25.
A kid that's being emancipated won't necessarily have maybe the confidence or the knowledge that we're here. We figured they might need to take a couple years to sort of get their feet under them before they try to apply or think that college is even something they could go for.
Cassidy has a support system behind her, including the Boys and Girls Club in Twin Falls she grew up with and the campus around her. I asked if talking about her childhood brought back any painful feelings, but much like everything else she's had to deal with, it's something she pushes through with grace and determination.
Yes, it is painful, and I still have to deal with that, but more than that, it causes me to want to love more and to try harder and to seek more change.
As of this year, NNU has raised $25,000 for the scholarship, and it will be available for students in 2021. 6 on Your Side is reaching out to local agencies about current foster care requirements and future legislation. Reporting live in studio, Jessica Taylor, 6 on Your Side.